there, it's time for Math Magic. Today we're talking about measurement. Got my magic math hat here. If I put in 1, 2, 3 teaspoons, wave my magic wand, out comes 1 tablespoon, because 3 teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon. Now, if I take 1/4 of a cup and I fill it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, wave my magic spoon again, out comes 1 cup, because 4 quarter cups equal 1 cup. It's important to get measurements correct. Otherwise, you could end up with some mix-ups, like in our story, Mackenzie's Measuring Mix-Ups. Story and picture by Cathy, video and special effects by Roger. Makenzie had always liked baking with her mother, but today she was going to bake cookies by herself. She found a recipe for snickerdoodles. She got out all of the ingredients. She measured, stirred, and rolled the dough into balls. She placed them in the oven for 10 minutes. When the timer went off, she took them out of the oven to cool on the counter. Makenzie called her family into the kitchen and proudly placed a plate of cookies on the table. "Try one," she said. "I hope you like them." The cookies looked a little flat, like cardboard. Her father tried biting into one, put it down, and said,
"I could pound a nail in the wall with this thing. It's that hard."
Her brother let out a yowl and cried,
"I think I broke a tooth."
Her baby sister licked the cookie, then banged it on her high chair tray. Her mother, still grinding her teeth into the cookie, said,
"I just can't do it. How much baking soda did you put in these?"
"I used this teaspoon," Makenzie answered.
"That's 1/8 of a teaspoon,"
said her mother. Then, looking at the cookbook, she added,
"This recipe calls for 1 teaspoon.
"Oops," Makenzie said. "Guess I grabbed the wrong measuring spoon. I'll try again." That batch ended up in the trash. Makenzie was determined to get it right this time. When the cookies were done, she called her family into the kitchen once again. "Try these," she said. "I think you'll like them." The cookies looked pretty good. They smelled a little funny. Taking a bite, her father moaned.
"Whoa, I can't eat this."
Her brother spewed chunks of cookie all over the table, making a gagging noise, and grumbled.
"Nasty."
Her baby sister tossed the cookie on the floor. Her mother discreetly spit the cookie out in a napkin.
"How much salt did you put in these?"
she asked. Makenzie answered, "The recipe calls for 1/4 cup. Uh-oh, it says 1/4 teaspoon of salt. No wonder they taste awful." Makenzie threw the cookies out on the lawn, but even the birds wouldn't eat them. Her dad gave her a bit of advice.
"There's an old saying carpenters use, measure twice, cut once. Maybe you could adapt it for baking. Check measurements twice before adding it to the dough."
Makenzie decided to line up all of the measuring spoons and measuring cups on the counter. She read the amount needed for each item in the recipe twice. She made sure she used the correct measuring tool for every ingredient before she added it to the mix. When the timer dinged, Makenzie called her family into the kitchen, hoping this would be her best batch.
"Not again,"
her brother mumbled. The cookies looked good. They smelled good, but did they taste good? Makenzie braced herself for a negative response. She waited. Silence. Then Everyone reached for a second cookie. Her father gave her a high five and said,
"I'd give this one a blue ribbon."
Her brother stuffed a third cookie into his mouth and gave her a thumbs up. Her baby sister smiled and rubbed her belly and said, Her mother gave her a hug and said,
"Third time's a charm. You did it."
The end. Until next time.